is Koi from A Ray of Gratitude, giving you peace of mind to at least that one person at a time. Welcome if you are that one person. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Here at A Ray of Gratitude, I help people with their creativity to deepen their soul care. And I love to use cards. I love to see a reflection within me in my self-reflection, own awareness, as well as give healing messages to help those with guidance and direction. So right now, as I'm recording this, we are tapping into the full moon energy of Capricorn. I'm going to be doing a collective reading for you all. We're going to be tapping into what really needs to be released right now. We utilize the moon to really help us understand what our emotions are, our internal subconscious even, and bring self-awareness as well as release things so we can embrace new cycles. That's how I utilize this new moon, and I'm going to share a nice message that can hopefully resonate with you and see what's going on with you so you can really look at yourself and find ways to transform that as well as release that so we can make room for new. All right, so let's get into this reading. Before we start, I want you to like that button as well as remember to take a look at the links below because I have various things that I'm doing. I have a blog if you're loving cards and tarot that really helps you with your self-care, your soul care, as well as my new program, Affirm Your Creativity, that really is a one-on-one coaching session that allows me to help you with your consistency and hold space for you to create new habits, new rituals for that healing journey. All right, so let's get into the reading. So before we do the reading, I do want to invite you to take 3 nice deep breaths with me so we can center ourselves and really be tuned in to receive this message so you can know what is meant for you and what is not. You know, if you're feeling it, wherever resonates, pick it up. What doesn't, leave it behind. All right, so let us begin. Start by closing your eyes and being comfortable. Let's take a deep breath in, y'all. One more. Breathe in and exhale out. All right. Let's see what this full moon in Capricorn is all about, y'all. Okay, y'all. So I have my cards here, these two. We're going to get into the chakra energies because every full moon and new moon, I like to look at the chakra for the general message to really help you tune in and look in and see how that resonates with your own chakra system. You know, we all have main 7 chakras, but we also have other chakras as well that help us to become aware of our own energy bodies. So this here, we're going to talk about what this main energy is what the archetype is. So let's get into this. All right, what's the main energy of this Capricorn moon? All right, fell. Ooh, whoa. So this is the Bardo, I believe. This is interesting. Very interesting. I'm picking up like a portal. I'm picking up like many cycles, almost like lifetimes that we have went through, which is all leading up to this one entry point here. Let me just read and look into this book really quick. So these cards are very intricate for me, and I do like to read the book first. So let's see. It said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning the inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through the cosmic and timeless lens. Wow, this is very interesting. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bordeaux, there is a potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. Interesting. The Bordeaux suspends us in its spaciousness for the long enough to open us to the higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to the earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. This is very interesting. So when in light, it's spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, truth. In dark, it's torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transient. Let's read this one. The Bordeaux is not to be feared with, take advantage of. Its energy is recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond who is speaking. Go ahead and listen. Wow, very interesting. So this is going to get interesting, y'all. So actually, I think I want to just pick the chakra card and then see what the message here is. So what's the chakra that we are associating during this full moon right now that really needs some energy to be released in? Okay. All right. You saw how that was. All right. So we have the light. The light activation, it says, I trust my ideas. And the shadow activation says, no one understands me. This has to do with the the third eye. I was going to say the inner eye. Let's put this right here. I wonder, can you see that? Okay. And let's see what's going on here. Okay. Fear is a reaction and courage is a choice. So I kind of feel like I'm picking up a lot here. Like this card always reminds me of like the root in the heart. And the heart is like the main center. It's almost like the customer service, you know. The heart magnifies and takes care of the lower and the bottom, the higher chakras. And it relays those messages and transforms things that are beyond our understanding, right? And we're looking at this right here too. When it was talking about forgiveness, it's beyond our understanding. It's where our intuition meets our soul. It's where our human self, you know, our ego meets our soul as well. And really comes to terms. It's almost like the heart is like that guidance counselor that wants to tell the ego and the soul that, hey, like, you're living in the same body. You might as well get used to this home here. How can we find ways to be harmonious and understand one another and come to a common ground? And I think here with this Bordeaux, like I was saying, like it's almost like we don't quite understand, like even if you've had, like, let's say a past life regression, a lot of times it's still unbraiding itself throughout time because it's timeless. We're entering in a realm that is timeless. And when we're here on earth, we're starting to understand more about time and the structures, right? And the cycles. You know, all the planets are supposedly spheres, right? But we can say that they're circular in shape. And when you say I trust my ideas, you are trusting your whole being, your consciousness, right? From what the ideas are bringing you to, so you can become aware of. And you're also trusting your unconsciousness, the unknown part that is still a part of you, that is connected to a lot of different people, spirit, places and things. And when we talk about fear is a reaction and courage is a choice, I remember the Bordeaux was talking about forgiveness. How does forgiveness relate to fear, right? Sometimes when we are taken advantage of or when we are hurt, right, and when we are really in such a low vibration, we tend to be in this survival mode and we just react, right? Because the pain and the fear becomes normal. It's like a coat that we're wearing. And it's like, what? I have a coat on? You don't even remember. For those that may have glasses, right? And they take their glasses off and put them on their head and then they forget where their glasses are. It's kind of like that, okay? For those that don't know that, you know, that wasn't for you. But for someone that understands, knows, right? Leave in the comments, let me know. But, you know, fear holds on to us, you know. It's like we hold on to fear, but when we hold on long enough, fear is winding up holding on to us, where it's like it's its own reaction now. And without compassion and forgiveness of self, first and foremost, not of your attacker, not of your abuser, not of your narcissist, like not of the person that did this to you, right? It's about you. We're releasing those energies by finding you again, by staring fear in the face and saying, oh, you stayed here way too long. I'm now releasing you. Because again, like I said, you hold on to fear too long, fear starts holding on to you. But when you can actually have the courage to stand up and look at fear in the eyes, that's when you've made that choice to trust yourself, to trust the ideas that you're coming forward with, and to know a deeper understanding of self. Because in shadow recognition, it says no one understands me, right? But it doesn't matter if anyone understands you. That's a lie that fear may be telling you. The truth is, I trust my ideas. I understand me, not anyone else here. So with the third eye is a lot about trust. It's about trusting your intuition, trusting the things that are unseen to the two eyes looking outwardly, but very much seen, very much felt, very much sensed to the inner eye that's looking within you. That's recognizing all the fear, all the shadows. That's recognizing the courage and the bravery as well. But it is dealing with choice, because you have to choose to trust, right? It's just like you're choosing to believe something. And when you believe it for so long, you start to understand that this is what it is. This is your acknowledgement now. And this is what you know, right? So it looks like we're needing to really sort through a lot of this like mental anguish possibly that we have caused within ourselves, that we could actually point the finger at a lot of people and say, you know, you made me feel this way. You made me feel that way. But it's actually acknowledging the fact of how I reacted to those feelings in the first place. Taking ownership and responsibility. Capricorn rules responsibility. It structures things. This is almost like what Capricorn can do, is put a ring around something. More so a box. That's a different type of energy. But it contains things, and it wants to have an organized view of what is the real deal here. You know, they're realists, and they have to see it through. And they will go through so much pain, so much hardship, so much adversity to really find the truth. That's what Capricorn usually does. Okay, just its energy in itself. If you know any other Capricorns, you better just read their birth chart before you start judging them, okay? Even though they can seem sometimes judgmental, right? But when a person is judgmental, it's because a lot of people were looking at them first, and then it became a part of them. You know, so we have to see these numerous things that were projected on us and wind up being a part of us, to the point where now we're actually seeing this because we kind of believe it, right? But when we can really acknowledge the true self within us, which is removing the fear, right? And really having the courage to see our whole, full, true selves, then we can actually find a new way to trust what you are seeing, trust what you are feeling, and trust what you are truly sensing, because the soul senses everything inward. It starts inward, and what's inside is the real truth. And how you project it on outward is how you are really, truly feeling on the inside. But no one really will know unless you stand up to that truth. Is this making sense, y'all? Let's dive in a little bit deeper here. Okay, so what energy are we making room for here? What energy are we making room for? All right, I didn't want 3, but we'll do that. So we're making room for the healer. Can you guys see that? Yep. We're making room for the energy of the Siren. And the animal. Interesting. Right off the back, look at this. These are all animals on this on these cards here. We have the snake here. 3-headed snake. You have the Siren, which looks like a fish tail, so I'll just call it a an animal. And this kind of looks like either a cat or a dog. I'm not quite sure. It's a little bit dissembled. But we have the eye again. And it's like giving me the vibes of recognizing your instincts, right? The things that you just instinctively react to, out of that survival mode, out of that root chakra. Because we don't really have that connection with spirit quite yet. The root chakra is all the way at the bottom. And the 3 bottom chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, all deals with owning our emotions, our identity, being empowered, right? And when those are out of line, you're not really truly feeling safe within your body. To recognize that, right? And then the heart tells you like, well, I don't know, maybe we're staying here in low vibes, or maybe we need to push through and heighten up. But you can't really heighten up into that spiritual realm of the throat, the 3rd eye, and the crown chakra until you really start learning to acknowledge yourself and learning to know that you can heal thyself through self-love. And finding respect within your own self and your own sense of self can allow you to recognize that healer. And look, we have another eyeball right here. Can y'all see that? It's really, I feel like this Capricorn full moon is really telling us to really, really, truly look within ourselves, because all the answers are right there. And I know a lot of people be like, what? Where are the answers? But when you can sit down, when you can ask yourself the question, you can hear your consciousness. If I wanted to sit silent right now, I can have a full-blown conversation in my mind without you guys hearing it. I'm speaking to my conscious. So the healer, I kind of don't want to look at the book. I'm just going to read this. This is just reminding me of healing a lot of past hurts. The root chakra, the solar plexus, and the sacral chakra also deal with early childhood. And through our growth, our energy, and our aura, we start understanding our ego. We start understanding, our ego starts understanding us, honestly, and protecting us from the environment that we live in, and start formulating within our crown chakra what we really need, like, I think I need to adapt. It's figuring out these human traits that we actually have that are very instinctual, that we all come with. But we actually have to kind of figure it out and slow down a little bit. It's kind of like driving a car without looking through the manual. You just hop in and you start driving it. That's the instinctual instinctual ego that is formulated, especially from like 1 to 7. And then it grows a little bit more throughout our chakras and throughout our psyche, which is our own spirit. But again, like I said, we have these 7 main chakras. The spiritual chakras, the throat, the third eye, and the crown, are really trying to make sense and align with these lower instinctual energies here that we have and that we came with through past lives into this life. And we're trying to figure all this crap out, right? Ooh, what a time to be alive. And honestly, this is also reminding me of like the veil almost. If you've heard of that, like the veil is thinning, right? Or the veil is thin. It's the veil between, the curtain between the spiritual realm and the earthly realm. And the chakras, the heart is somewhat the mediator again between the earthly, physical, tangible things and the unseen, untangible, and spiritual things. All right. So when we heal, we align these though. We align these. When you think about it, is it the maiden, the mother, and the crone? We all have these stages that we go through in life. Whether we make a choice to grow or we stay in fear and get pushed through life, honestly, with a blindfold over us. Because we're really not truly seeing ourselves. We're not looking within. We're just looking outward and saying like, oh, this is just what this really is. But it's not. It's a two-way street here. And the Siren, if I'm not mistaken, I'm just looking at all this beautiful magenta and like purple. Magenta has to do with the higher heart, honestly, which is not part of the 7 chakras. It does not run along the spine, but it is connecting with a deeper sense of compassion, a deeper sense of understanding the spirit. And the Siren also deals with, I kind of want to say an outer body experience. Let me just double check in the book with that. Okay, so in here it's talking about embodying the Siren archetype requires that we explore things that are taboo. The Siren laughs at conventions and constraints. She eats rules. So this is interesting. This is kind of like the opposite of the Capricorn, you know, because Capricorn constraints, it has rules, it has order. It's almost, in its purest form, it can be, well, it's more so like Aries, but it can be like an emperor status, you know, because it's like divine masculine energy. But, you know, if it's more overindulgent, it's very controlling. And when it's less dominant, it's very, shall I say passive? Not really. It's just very much in fear, honestly, because it doesn't know. And Capricorn needs to know so it can organize things. And what we're making room for right now is the healing, the process of understanding, you know, some of these things that we did not really truly look at, because the Siren also says it calls in this world spins. What we thought we wanted pales in comparison to sweet allure of the Siren's song, you know. And whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad, it is somewhat irrelevant. It's the journey that matters. So through the healing process here, opening up and trusting the idea of even healing, the idea of even looking within, the idea of even trusting who you are on a spiritual level is allowing you to really pull back the veil, right? Pull back the alluring, imaginative Siren here and truly understand who you are at its instinctive level as well as its spiritual level. All right. It's about awakening sensuality, absorption, and arousal. But when this Siren is in the dark, it's about wickedness, wreckage, betrayal, and instability. And when your mental health is not brought to, is not taken care of, right? It starts getting out of whack. And it starts telling you these lies, and it starts messing with your heart. It starts neglecting the self and neglecting even the truth of what it is. And it just becomes like, what is going on? Everything is in disarray. A big illusion, right? But when you can, I'm bringing this up where when things aren't taken care of, and they're just neglected in such a way, the problem tends to become bigger. And then the elephant in the room starts taking up the whole room, and you really just have no space. And again, this is where it's like fear sets in. When you allow it to actually grab a hold on you, that's when things get really tricky. And it gets hard to find the courage to actually speak up or to actually take action and choose what's best for you. So let's see what the advice here is for this full moon in Capricorn. What way can we really shine light on the areas that need it the most? There we go. Oh, look at this one. Illumination, new hope. All right, so you enter the world with a birth cry announcing your arrival. When you spend the rest of your life with questions in searching of answers, where did I come from? Where am I going? Every sunrise illuminates where you have been, where you are, and infinite possibilities before. Okay, so I'm just going to skip this a little bit. Dive deep into the phantom reflection and soothe your spirit. Can't make this up, y'all. Your light is there, just on the other side of the shadow. Speak it. Okay, so 25 breaks down to 7, which is a very spiritual number. And I just want to say, like, looking at the card, it represents great hope, because there's many rebirths and small deaths in a lifetime. Each brings a rekindling of hope. And seeing that child there pretty much allows us, like, it's in the dark, almost like it's incubating here, just like this card. And there's something that really is knocking on our soul, knocking towards us like, wake up, wake up. I need you to move forward towards the thing that is making and setting your soul on fire. And if you do not know that, don't sit in fear. Just ask yourself and feel how your body responds. And really take it a step at a time. Death is not an easy process, right? It's not. When we lose something, it's not an easy process. But when we can know that there is something that is much more gained on the other side, it can ease and soothe the soul a little bit more, as well as the mind. And I'm just seeing so many circles clearly here, but like circle, circle. This is like the sun and the moon here. So many cycles are being rebirthed at the same time, dying. And what has not been serving us right now is really trying to shed its skin. The people that are not serving us right now need to be deaded, right? As you look at this, it's like all this dead space, but there's something birthing from this. Make the choice to have the courage from within and really trust your ideas. Trust the ideas that come to you, because the third eye also is that intuitive nature that connects you with the intuition, the language of your intuition from spirit. All right, so let me say that again. Your intuition is the language that speaks to you from spirit. Trust that. Trust it, even though it feels a little bit, trust it. And if you're thinking maybe I might need some help right now, trust that too. Trust these feelings because you're going to need it moving forward. These feelings are your intuition telling you, that's not such a good idea right now, or not at all. And this actually is good for you. This is going to help you. Trust those feelings because those people, places, and things are going to react in a way that's like, how does it feel? Instead of judging it as good or bad, judge it with, does it bring more of a positive feeling, a sense of relief, a sense of trust, or does it feel like a sense of chaos, fear, or confusion, or just like that energy that's just like, you know, like you can't really put your finger on, but you're just like, Trust those feelings because that's what's coming up right now. And a lot of the hard work that you already put into place before these cycles are bringing you full circle into something totally new. And you still have to trust those feelings. So that's what's coming up for Capricorn season. This is a big one. It's another super moon. And it's really asking us to dig a little bit deeper, to feel a little bit more, and to trust a little bit harder here. Because Capricorns, I hate to give it to y'all, but you guys have a hard time with trusting because you're earth sign, and it's almost like seeing is believing. There's a lot of logic with this sign, and it has to make sense, right? But like I said before, your intuition, 9.9 times out of 10 won't make sense. It's going to make sense after you take action to the trusting of your soul and your spirit, and releasing all attachments, because Capricorn can hold on to a lot of attachments as well. That was a lot. But I hope that you were able to find some sense of connection with that, and really dive a little bit deeper into your inner knowing. And I hope, my intentions are always to shine light on something, whether it be the words that I speak or the feeling that is resonant to you as I speak them. So if you are looking for more help, looking for more ways to be consistent in your rituals, consistent in creating things, really finding the process from start into beginning, from start into ending, really finding a way to utilize tools such as cards and your creative nature to meet your goals and feel confident in the things that you're actually creating, so you can really have more trust within yourself. I really hope that you're able to check out the Affirm Your Creativity program, because that's something that I created that really helps you have a sense of security, awareness, as well as creativity to move forward and meet your goals. Trust your intuition as well as your imagination. I also have a blog here for those that love card readings and love cards. Definitely check that out. I just started it not too long ago, and it's going to enable you to actually see some of my own creations as well. I'm going to be illustrating more, painting more, because I'm doing this project. I'm taking my time creating my own oracle deck. So I'd love for you to check that out. If you subscribe to that, you'll be able to see sneak peek images. I'm not going to be showing it much on YouTube, but that's what I have going on. Check out my links below. If you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe. Definitely hit that like button for me if you're wanting to support me in the simplest way. Hit that like button. Comment below, shout me out, say, hey, what's going on? Or just let me know how this resonated with you. And there'll be many more videos like so. thank you for coming. I hope you show up again. Hit that notification bell and share with anybody that you feel may need this or want this. Sharing is caring. And I'm outie. I'll see you next time. Peace.